unguided bombs in a continuously computed impact point mode, or Ccip. Unguided bombs of the Su25T include the Fab 100, Fab 250, Fab 500, RBK cluster bombs, and Beta penetration bombs. In this case, I have 2 racks of Fab 100s and a couple of larger Fab 500s. Each of the Fab bombs has a high explosive warhead, and the number in the name indicates the bomb's weight in kilograms. I currently have the lesson in active pause. The first thing I need you to do is select air to ground mode by pressing 7. Do this now. Note that the HUD has changed to remove most of the navigation information and replaced with bombing symbology. We'll talk more about this soon. You can switch your weapons by pressing D. Try this now. When you cycle a weapon, take a look at the weapon status panel in the bottom center of the front dash. It's the black panel with the shape of a wing along the top. There are 2 rows of lights below. The top row of yellow lights indicates the weapon stations that have weapons attached to them. And the lower row of green lights indicates weapon stations that are loaded with the currently selected weapon type. In the top right corner of the panel, a B symbol is displayed. This indicates that the selected weapon type is a bomb. You can also see the symbol in the lower right corner of the HUD. By pressing left control and spacebar, you can set the ripple quantity, meaning how many bombs are released when you press and hold the weapon release button or trigger. Try this now. As you cycle ripple quantity, take a look at the weapon control panel in the lower left portion of the front dash. On the panel are 2 knobs. The right knob has positions for X1, X2, X4, and BCE. The position of the knob determines how many bombs will be released, as singles, in pairs, 4 at a time, or all at once. You can set the release interval by pressing V. This determines the time between each bomb release. Longer intervals result in greater spacing between bomb impacts. You can view the setting by looking at the position of the left knob on the weapon control panel. The knob has positions for 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and 0.4 seconds. The last position indicates salvo mode, in which all weapons are released simultaneously. Give this a try. Press V to cycle the release interval. Those are the basics of configuring your settings for bomb release. Now let's learn how to put those bombs on target in Ccip mode. Using what you learned in the navigation lessons, fly through all the gates ahead. Press the spacebar to unpause the lesson. If you are not already, press 7 to enter air-to-ground mode. On the HUD, you can see a pipper with a dot in the center. This is your bombing reticle and will use it to aim your bombs. When you're within valid bomb release parameters, indicated by the launch authorization queue on the HUD, the bombs will impact where the bombing reticle pipper is at time of weapon release. Along the left side of the HUD is the range scale bar and caret that indicates the bomb fall range. At the bottom left corner of the HUD, IP ground is indicated, meaning visual bombing mode is selected. The B in the bottom right corner of the HUD indicates you have bomb selected. Ahead and below your nose is a set of trucks marked with red smoke. This will be your aim point. When you fly to the next gate, quickly begin a dive onto the target. Dive down to an angle of 50 to 60 degrees as indicated on the HUD pitch scale. Maneuver the aircraft and place the bombing reticle pipper over the targets marked with the red smoke. When a line is drawn from the top of the bombing reticle and an LA appears at the bottom of the HUD, release your bombs by pressing the spacebar. Control your airspeed by reducing throttle and pressing B to deploy your air brakes. Nice job, you hit the target. I've added some additional targets marked with green smoke to practice on. You can continue to practice, or you can end the lesson now by pressing the escape key.
And I will continue to practice. So let me turn back around to the IP point. And first off, in his discourse and notes, he said that he gave us 2 racks of the Fab 100s, but in actuality we have 4 racks of the Fab 100s, which is good because we actually have 4 more sets of targets to bomb. One of the notes I want to make in the Su25T, and probably with any other module, and in virtual reality, is with this aircraft weighted down with ordnance, you can feel the weight. I mean, more than you ever could in on a 2-dimensional screen. So that in itself is really kind of cool. Another thing I'm going to point out is I'm not really sure how when it comes to the MERs, multiple ejector racks and the settings, how it works. Mr. Wagner doesn't really cover that in this lesson. So I'm just trying to figure it out on my own. If I get it right or get it wrong, maybe y'all let me know. Okay, if I pull up the manual, I'll do this real quick, and as we're pulling into the IP, pull up the manual, I'll go to page 17. 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 17, okay. On the weapons control panel, it makes a statement that, right here at this line, okay. The SSC, looks like M3M series, a special release mode for the KMGU submunitions dispenser, and multiple ejection rack, MERs, which is what we have. Okay, so we'll skip that part. It says MER munitions are released at 0.3 seconds apart, according to the total quantity specified by the salvo size switch. Now, if we go to the next page, it makes us note that MERs always release all attached weapons together. It is not possible to command individual bomb releases from the Su25T MERs. So with that said, after playing around with this some time and trying to figure out to get the results I want, if I put the what's called the salvo size switch into the 4 position, I get the results I want, and that is for the outboards to release individually, or the outboard group to release individually, like the left outboard, then the right outboard, then the left inboard, then the right inboard. If I have the salvo mode switch in the number 1 position, it just goes like across the aircraft as you would read, like left outboard, left inboard, right inboard, right outboard, which kind of makes the aircraft nose heavy. Okay, so I'm back at my IP, or thereabouts anyway. So I'm going to set the interval switch to the what's called the SSC MJM series position. There. And I have the salvo size switch set to number 4. And why this works as it does, I don't know. But this is what gives me the results that I would like to have. So, speed breaks out. Dive on my target. And this is a really steep dive. I'm nothing near as good as Bunyap on this, but anyway. This is, you get what you get. Alright. So that released a little bit long, I think, but that released the left outboard bombs off the multiple ejector rack, as you can see. So I'm gonna, wow, heard that. And the green smoke in this mission doesn't last near long enough for me to pick up the targets, and they're very difficult to pick up, especially in virtual reality and especially on the brownfields. So I've done this mission a little bit enough that I kind of got them memorized where they're at. But the only cure for that is to get HTC Vive and Oculus Rift, either or which one of them, to release a 4K HMD. Because I'm sure when one does, the other will too. And as I climb up to the IP points, I may put little short clips in the video so that you don't have to sit here and just watch me kind of cruise around above the clouds doing not much of anything. Shorten the video a little bit. Okay, I'm rolling into the next set of targets, and I'm going to call this as doing a clockwise circle, so to speak. The red smoke being number 1, or counterclockwise. Red smoke being number 1, the last one's I bombed number 2. And number 3 will be kind of in the middle of the brown field that I'm looking at through my side window. So, throttle back, bleed off some airspeed, and dive in. Speed brakes out. Like I said, I have no idea if I'm doing these dive-ins perfectly or right. Well, a little bit to the left of those trucks. Well, I think I scrapped out one scrap truck. And so, in the middle of my view is in the lighter yellowish field is the set of trucks I will dive in on next. And with virtual reality, it's just amazing. The feel, the sense of presence, the like right now it's where while I'm filming this video or recording this video, it's late at night, but to me, my body, it feels like it's in the morning, which is really kind of nice because I like the morning times. So anyway, I may put another little clip in here, pause in here, or skip through as I or swipe as Blender calls it, as I come back around on the IP again. Got my target in view. I'm about 4,000 meters, and that's the funny. Okay, I have my target in view, and when I dive in on the target, looking through the HUD, it is very difficult to see. Okay, climb up. Speed brakes out, rolling over. And this in VR is just like really weird. Yeah, and I got a little bit too slow. And there again, I doubt that this is a proper dive, but you know what? Maybe someone can give me lessons in the L39. All right. that kind of put them into the target area. Break in, and I'm going to go around, and again that released the second one released the left inboard. The second one released the the right outboard. The third one released the left inboard, and the last one released the right inboard rack, which keeps it more balanced. And I don't know how that works, but I just found if I put the salvo size mode switch into the 4 position, I get what I'm looking for. Better give it some fuel. Okay, and I'll come back around for the last run, and then I'll probably do a low pass over the target area to see how many scrap trucks I scrapped out.